Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. From ASEAN Universities Exhibition Forum, we are bringing to you live again our second day of our EM chats. So we have actually had some discussions with some industry leaders, some people from the ministry, and some student leaders, some winners from some of our contest station and stuff like that. We'll continue on. This is the second and last day of university exhibitions, ASEAN University Exhibition and Forums 2025. Hopefully that this program would be a staple program for ASEAN looking into the future. We have had a lot of discussion about this moving forward. Now, just a bit of a trivia. ASEAN is home to 7,000 over universities, which hosts and educates around 20 million different minds at one particular given time. So just imagine the outcome from these universities or from these students' education would have to be fed into the job market. It's very important then that there's a real strategic collaboration and partnership between universities and also the academia, what we normally term as the the academia industry nexus. So these are things that we need to talk about more. So given that, one of the biggest, we are with our next guest, Tuan Haji Ahmad Solihin bin Muhammad Yusoff, CEO of the German-Malaysian Institute, who has been at the forefront of linking education with industry needs. Tuan Haji, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully that you had you are enjoying your time here, and then hopefully that you can enrich yourself with a lot of things that we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the first time we're doing this since 1967. There's been nothing to this magnitude across ASEAN. So hopefully that this will become a staple program, and hopefully that we will continuously get participation from esteemed institutions like yourself. So maybe before we start asking you the questions, maybe you can share with us a bit. What is GMI, and then some of your experiences. What is your hope?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm very thankful first and foremost to EMGS for inviting GMI into this podcast and also to the whole event of the ASEAN University Forum. This is our first time of participating, and we are very, very fortunate to be among the few elite universities that are co-hosting the event. Now, GMI, or German-Malaysian Institute, in short we call it GMI, is a private institution that was established by two governments, the government of Malaysia and the government of Germany. It is based on technical, production-based learning. It's very hands-on, very technical, and focuses very much on engineering. Whether mechanical, electrical, all it spins off, including autotronics, mechatronics, and all the others. We also offer creative multimedia as well as also cybersecurity and computer information technology. These are our core business. We offer programs for A-level students, for diploma programs, and the latest having been upgraded to become the first University College of Applied Science in Malaysia. We are very, very looking forward to the first batch of the degree programs they will be offering this coming September 2025.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, you also do some artificial intelligence programs also?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost all our programs, we have AI embedded in those programs.
Embedded in the curriculum?
Embedded in the curriculum, including also based on IR 4.0.
That's great.
And some already moving up to IR 5.0.
Oh, okay. What is IR 5.0, if you could elaborate a bit?
IR 5.0 is the latest approach of revolution, of industrial revolution. If you look at China, for example, right now, they are pretty much the forefront. Besides China, of course, India, and also the Europeans and the Americans. We will have all the AIs embedded in our programs. So we are not only talking about mechanization of programs, of tools and machineries and equipment, but we are having artificial intelligence embedded into all our programs, and also making sure that the next generation of our students, our skilled workforce, have the capability to manage and produce more efficient, more productive and value and capacity and quantity.
That's great. That's
approach.
really amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, because considering AI is very complex, a lot of people don't really grasp the understanding of AI in depth. But when you have integrated it with the curriculum, it's really good. You know, like last year alone, there was like, if I'm getting my facts correct, 54 elections that happens all over the world. 54 elections, that means that a lot of data points that's being used by AI has been skewed a bit towards the Western world. So when this kind of initiative, right, when you are actually giving a bit more balanced overview, so that it doesn't get, hallucinated towards the Western world. Now in ASEAN, I mean, for this AEF specifically, one of the biggest thing that we need to factor in, of course, when we talk about data and student mobility and all those, I think is the keyword is collaboration between universities, between member nations, and also on GMI's own history. What kind of collaboration have you actually worked on with ASEAN, or if you have anything that you envision actually happening between GMI and how it can function within the ASEAN ecosystem?
There is no secret in true sense as far as collaborations are concerned, and there's no uniqueness about GMI in comparison to any other institutions. When we talk about collaborations, to stay afloat, to make sure that we are always aligned with the rest, first we have to make sure that we are aligned with the industry. GMI being a vocational based program, Malaysia, better known as TVET, in other locations of the part of the world is known as vocational technical program. We are actually very much an industry university.
Yes.
That's what GMI is all about, industry university. So our ally, our relationship, our collaboration is very much with the industry. Being the name GMI, which stands for German-Malaysian Institute, our affiliations, our collaborations, and our partnership with the German industry is immense. There's about 700 German companies that are based in Malaysia.
700.
From Siemens to Bosch, from B. Braun, Infineon, you name it. Yeah, they are all here in Malaysia. We should capitalize on that, and we must ready our next generation so that then they can serve the nation. They can become the true sense of a skilled workforce that will help and enable Malaysia to uplift its credibility, capabilities, and pioneering in many aspects of technology. Data is obviously a thing that has to be within our grasp of advancement. Without data, we'll be left behind. With data, it helps a lot in terms of us making sure. Now, when you ask about collaboration, GMI with the industry is very obvious, be it those in Malaysia as well as abroad, including ASEAN. We have quite a number of collaborations with the Thais, with Vietnam, and also with Indonesia. We are moving forward also with Philippines. We just had a few discussions earlier today. This very morning itself. There are a few interested parties that wish to understand more on the capabilities and machineries that we have at GMI that can help to upskill and reskill their workforce. One is industry. Number two, we talk about the academias. So collaboration between universities within the region certainly will help. As far as GMI is concerned, our strong collaboration is very much with all the University of Applied Sciences in Germany. And also all the German-speaking countries surrounding it. For example, like in Switzerland, in Luxembourg, in Belgium, there's quite a number. Then, one is industry, one is the academia. Number two, we talk about the students' engagement. We have to make sure that the students are well informed. But for the students to be well informed, we have to make sure that our resources, our staff, our employees are also well equipped. For that, we always have industrial attachments. Recently, we appointed 16 Industry Advisory Council panelists. Among them include Siemens, Bosch Rexroth, Sapura Energy, we have PwC, we have ADEAN, we have Alcon, quite a number of others. We have both the German companies as well as also the Malaysian multinational corporations and many others, including Europeans. For example, Ericsson from Sweden. Then number 3, we must make sure. Number 4, we also talk about students and then the workforce itself. Now number 5, all our stakeholders. We are part of also Malaysian German Chamber of Commerce, MGCC in short we call it. They sit in the board along with we are a subsidiary of MARA, Majlis Amanah Rakyat, which is a government agency. I suppose that you're fully, you know MARA very well. And MARA is under the agency of Kementerian Kemajuan Desa dan Wilayah, KKDW. All the stakeholders have been very, very supportive of GMI, have been providing a lot of assistance, guidance, advice, support, and also mechanisms. The processes that we have to go through, they have been helping us substantially, without fail, for the last 34 years. For your information, GMI was established in 1991. We started our program since 1992. Until today, we have already produced some 15,000 graduates, primarily engineering students. Some of them are already back to Malaysia. Quite a number are still in Germany, whether they work there, they complete their further education as in masters and PhDs or doing research. Some are working in other locations, be it within the soil of Malaya as well as also abroad. Some, not less also, there are some who actually open up their own businesses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite a number of our entrepreneurs are doing quite well, and then I'm very happy to name a few of them. Yeah. So these are the results, the products that has been generated by GMI.
In terms of employability, you can say that it's almost 100% in that sense.
Now, I must say that 100% is
it's too
not
much
really the number.
Yeah.
But in true sense, GMI's employability rate is 98.8%. In true sense.
That's huge.
Which means whatever that the student study
is applied in real life.
Is the actual job that they took up when they leave.
Yeah.
That's right. Unlike those outside, they might probably study engineering, but when they move out, they're doing something else. It might be good, but to a certain extent, they may not be able to utilize, maximize the whatever that they study. The fact that GMI has always adopted the approach of 30-70%.
30-70.
What I meant by 30-70 is that 30% is theory, 70% practical.
Okay.
All the classes that we have at GMI is a lot larger than the average classes that we have out there. Reason being, very simple. All the machineries, equipment, facilities, the robots, even the cars, the vehicles, they are in the classroom. So the minute once the student completes the 30% theory, they will quickly go straight to the machineries. They touch it, they feel it, they use it, they dismantle it, they maintain it, they try it out a lot. Doing so enables the student to have the maximum capability on hands-on from day one. The minute they leave GMI, once they are taken by the industry, they are 100% operational from day one.
Wow.
That helps the industry to minimize the expenditure in terms of training for upskilling and reskilling of the new employee.
That's right, and it's very connected to the real demands and the real nuances of the industry.
Exactly.
I mean, what I'm hearing is also that GMI is a shining example of how the industry and the academia can actually work together and find synergistic relationship between study and the student experience and also what is the expected demand of industry. I'm really impressed in how you actually achieved that. There is also a continuous discussion about mainstreaming TVET. I think that's something that could bode well with GMI in this sense. What is your take on things like that?
Well, mainstreaming TVET is definitely a thing to go. And I think the government has taken a very, very good step. We used to have multiple government agencies looking after TVET. Now, having all the 12, I think it's 13 government agencies all together, putting it under one roof to manage it and streamlining it. That is a very good move, so that then it smoothens the whole process, making sure that there are no loopholes in terms of connectivities, and making sure that all the programs are aligned as in the workforce and also the curriculums. In GMI, besides with the government, of course we are part of also the TVET Council. We were very fortunate to have the Deputy Prime Minister, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, as the TVET Council Chairman. I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to travel with Datuk Seri Zahid himself in October and November 2023, whereby we visited a few industry players in Germany, in Berlin, as well as also engaged with some of the universities. When we were there, we actually signed 9 different MOUs with the various University of Applied Sciences in Germany, and Datuk Seri Zahid was there himself to witness it, and he was very impressed with the German technology and the way how they have managed to get the industries to be the leader in terms of connectivities with the academics as well as also the governmental sector. So what happened as a spin-off from there was that he has requested GMI to arrange for all the German company CEOs that are based in Malaysia to sit under one roof, so that then he can deliver his thoughts and ideas and seek for assistance, support for the establishment of the TVET blueprint. That actually took place in March 2024. That was a year ago. And true enough, a member of the German industry represented the whole German community here in Malaysia into the TVET Council, where we provide ideas and suggestions and also help to spur up different and advanced technologies for the benefit of the Malaysians. We cannot adopt 100% of the German technology or German vocational programs here. This country is unique and it has to have its own. So, but picking up big portion of the German success stories and then blend it into the Malaysian style, Malaysian requirements,
Malaysian values,
and commercialize it, localize it to the Malaysian needs.
So contextualizing also the kind of technologies that we can actually. That's really impressive, and I think we know everyone in the countries have seen that Datuk Seri Zahid has been quite instrumental in TVET. He's trying to push it into the mainstream so much.
If I may add a little bit more, beyond Datuk Zahid as the chairman for TVET Council, who is also the minister in charge of 𝐀𝐒𝐄𝐍, underneath government agency such as MARA, which GMI sits underneath, MARA has played very, very prominent role. From the chairman to the director general, to all the directors in MARA and also the whole community of MARA, the whole ecosystem itself has actually been very, very instrumental in pushing for the TVET program up and making sure that our skilled workforce for the coming years is filled up as per the needs and the demands of the industry.
I see. That's really. GMI has also been part of our 11 or 13 different institutes that provide scholarships that's listed in our. Thank you so much for that. You're providing a lot of avenues and opportunities for people who are well deserving. What do you think about this initiative, the ASEAN Gems initiative?
EMGS is doing a great and fantastic job. I think this is a very, very good platform, particularly this specific year itself, whereby Malaysia stands as the chairman for the ASEAN. This is the great opportunity for EMGS as well as also Malaysia to host as well as also create the awareness and then start to form a bonding and collaborations to make sure that all the abundance and leveraging the wealth and also the workforce that we have to fit in well to the needs of the industry as well as also the demand of the IR 5.0, the next generation of revolution further, and data, AI, and there are many aspects. If we do not sit down together somebody will be missed out.
Exactly.
Yeah, we are fully aware that not all nations are at the same par. Some nations are advanced, some nations may be lagging behind. So, but if we help each other, then together we can actually prosper and really capitalize on all the needs of the technological requirements and also expectations by not only the industry but also for the nation building. And this is a good effort. Yeah. Otherwise,
I mean,
it will be a complete waste for the young generations that are clueless. What's in store for them?
Exactly.
What exactly that they are supposed to act on? How do they go forward? And what are the options that are available for them?
Where are the opportunities they do not know and then don't know how to apply it? Sometimes it gets very convoluted. How to apply it, they don't really understand the fine prints and all those. That's what we are trying to address. I'm very glad that you are in line with us.
And GMI is very fortunate. And we are very honoured to participate.
That's great.
And being invited to co-host part of the sessions.
That's really great. That's really
within this 2 days period.
Definitely, we look forward to a lot more collaborations. Just one more question, if I can just give a bit of a monologue. We talked about cultural diversity. ASEAN, when we look at ASEAN as Southeast Asia Pacific, and even Malaysia, it's like a microcosm of the world. You have nations where we celebrate different kind of races, different kind of religion and all those. So cultural nuances are very celebrated here in Malaysia. But if we bloat up from Malaysia to ASEAN, we have like almost 1,000 different kind of language, hundreds of different kind of cultures and all those. In your sense or in your field, how does cultural impacts could actually influence collaboration across ASEAN nations?
There's always good and bad, but we have to be positive. We have to look at things from healthy perspective. Malaysia is a multi-cultural nation, multi-religious nation, and we have diverse competence. This region that we have, we are not really that far different. You take Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei, to a certain extent Singapore, language-wise is pretty much there already. Even Philippines, some of the terms that they use are quite similar in Bahasa.
True.
That's number one. So a big portion. Indonesia is probably 40% of the population, plus Malaysia and Brunei and Singapore. Then language is already there. The rest, I think we have to learn, try to adapt. We have so many tom yum restaurants around here. We have many other Vietnamese food that we enjoy here in Malaysia. So Malaysia is already well diverse. For other nations, if they embrace the same, then eventually the whole ASEAN will have the flavor of each country in their nations. So nobody will feel like they are missing home. Number one. Number two, I think the education curriculum, that should be something that we need to align. Probably lesser fortunate countries like maybe in Myanmar or maybe Laos, Cambodia, education-wise, there may be lack of fund. I'm not sure, but I think technological-wise, if it's strongly funded by the government, as well as also maybe the workforce is up to speed, picking up all the capabilities and knowledge that other nations has, then we can produce the desired number of skilled workforce that is required by the technology itself, by the industry. So these two factors are crucial. Other than that, of course, we talk about political aspects. We talk about financial aspects. Those are a bit more challenging.
We need to navigate it.
That is something that we have to look at it uniquely from one country to another.
True. Well, I think that's also why Malaysia, when we became the chairman last 10 years ago, we came up with the Declaration Kuala Lumpur that specifically talks about how we're going to navigate all of these differences in terms of higher educations, a different kind of ecosystem within different kind of nations. We're going to renew that commitment this year. Hopefully that will have something that speaks directly to what we envision happening, and hopefully that will actually make sure that all of the gaps that we've seen are being minimized, and then we streamline all of this so that we have more. There's two things in the ASEAN's ethos this time: inclusivity, sustainability. So hopefully it addresses these two. Thank you so much, Tuan Haji. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Afif. Thank you, EMGS.
Yes. Sure. Hopefully that we can invite you to our office for other. We have our studio set up later. Though maybe we can actually invite you for another kind of round of discussion.
Absolutely. And we also extend our warm welcome for MGS to visit GMI.
Sure, definitely.
We have a couple of visitors already expressing their interest within this short span of time to visit GMI. We have 14, actually we have 16 advanced technological centers. If I can just take a few more minutes just to give a glimpse of what we offer at GMI. I take for example our network security program. We have a custom-made program with 𝐀𝐒𝐄𝐀𝐍, a prominent IT company from the US, and they have actually assist us with the syllabus and curriculum, of which we provide a semester for the students to learn about ethical hacking. Ethical hacking. I mean, hacking is already a problem, but then we show them the ethical way of doing it, so to say.
White hacking.
Yeah. In that particular program, a uniqueness about it is that we have a big screen, LED screen, that shows real-time world map to show that every single cyber attacks that takes place,
that's crazy good.
From which particular point it originated from, where it's heading towards.
Like a
when that happens,
urban observatory.
When that happens, then we split our students into two groups. One group is considered as, we regard them as the hackers. They are the ones who launch the attacks. The other group are the victims. So we teach them how to attack, why do we attack, what exactly the reason, and what are the avenues and mechanisms of attacking. The other group, how to detect, how to defend, and how to counter-attack again.
That's great.
These are taught for the students to equip themselves, ready for them to be able to, the minute once they complete their studies at GMI, when they face the real world, working with the industries or any specific companies, they will be able to help the industry, the company, the plant, the factory, to protect all the network,
the intellectual property,
the systems that the company has. So these are among the things that we have. We also have another program for the EV. In the EV program, like I mentioned, all our classes are much larger than the rest. We have our classrooms there where we learn theory for 30%. The remaining 70%, we have all the fleet of cars ranging from Tesla to BMW to Hyundai Kona to Mazda and many others. So we even have one car which we custom made for Hyundai Kona, which we remove the whole body and leave the underbody to be seen by everybody.
I think I've seen something like this. I heard about it on the news.
We want to make sure that our students can help the industry as well as also the nation moving forward in terms of capabilities and knowledge for EV. We are engaging with the police department, with the fire department, with the highway concessionaires and many others.
Great.
And these are among the initiatives that we have in GMI.
Tuan Haji, unfortunately we don't have time to continue on, but this has been exciting. We'll call you in for another session in the future.
Please
Thanks
do.
so
I
much.
look forward to that.
Audiences, that was Tuan Haji. I mean, of course, I'm sure that all of you are going to be excited and interested to know more about GMI. Catch you in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Tuan Haji, kita ada ni sikit.